Hey, hello everybody! Welcome to yet another collection video where I'll be showcasing my entire video game collection. This time is the turn of the PlayStation 3. 50 plus games here in my collection. Actually 54 to be exact, to be precise. But yeah, the PlayStation 3. Nowadays I think this is a very underrated system. I think it's an underappreciated system. Perhaps the time for people to start really appreciating it will come in a few years. I feel like the PlayStation 2 right now is on the rise, while the PlayStation 1 era and below are, on the decline. So maybe one day the PlayStation 3 will shine once again. But anyway, if I haven't said this already, this is still a good time to collect for the PlayStation 3. Still a lot of JRPGs and a lot of great games still can be found for a decent price, a reasonable price. But unfortunately, the truth, pretty much 30% of them have gone up in price already, especially because of the pandemic. But anyway, yeah, PlayStation 3 collection, man. Dude, let's not waste any more time and begin. And first and foremost, thank you everybody for joining. I see you guys in the chat. I see you guys here. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching. PlayStation 3 collection. Let's begin. Alright, so we're gonna start with this huge box here. This is the Art on Helico box. Can you see it? Yes, you can. There we go. In the previous video, I think I was showing the games like this, like out of frame. some of the PlayStation 2 games. There we go. Alright, so yeah, I showed this special edition in my other channel, in Erick Landon RPG. It has an art book, it has some kinky art book, kinky art, and a soundtrack. It's a big box, but that's all it has. You would think a box this big will have, something else, something different, like more things, right? But no, it's just the art book, the game, and the soundtrack. That's it. I got this on a pawn shop. Well, I was in Canada for a very decent price. I think I paid like 20 bucks for it. Yeah, so it was a no-brainer, right? Yeah. I own the game. You're gonna see it in a bit. I own the PAL version of it, and that's the version that I bought first. But we'll get to that later. Yeah. So this is the first one, published by Nice America. Alright, so let's keep going. We're gonna keep going with the two Agares games. The other one, there's three of them on the PlayStation 3. I think this is the other one. But anyway, this is the Record of Agares War Zero. This is the prequel to the trilogy. And this is the second game. This game is sealed, but this is from Brazil. This is a gift that a fan from Brazil sent me a long time ago. I'm not sure if the guy still watches the channel. The last time I spoke to him, he said he was depressed because he had just broken up with his girlfriend. And I don't know, man. I hope the guy's alright. But anyway, in case he's still watching, thanks, man, for this. And he also sent other gifts here on the PlayStation 3. So we'll get to those later. This is not a good game, guys. Out of the entire trilogy, this is the worst. Yeah, so it's not terrible, it's still playable, it's just full of difficulty spikes and convoluted mechanics and requirements to take down some of the bosses. It's just, I think it's a bad game, but that's just my opinion. Still, the gift is appreciated. Agares, now the trilogy is complete. The second one is better. That one is a strategy RPG, just like the first game. This was the third and the last game in the series. Well, there's another one, but it's like a waifu simulator, and I think it's on PC, only on Steam. But anyway, I haven't played that one. So this is also on the 360. This game is more like a turn-based RPG. Characters are on one side of the screen, and the enemies are on the other one. The big bosses, the regular small enemies. And they are still placed on grids, but it's not a strategy RPG because you can only have like 4 party members. Sure, you can move them around, but it's just to strategize a little bit your positions to attack your enemy. So, yeah. This is another game that I got in Canada for like 10 bucks. So, yeah. Anyway, it's a good game. This is good. The other one is kind of bad. This is good. This is still decent. Not like wow, but it's okay, right? It's okay. It's a C. Alright, Atelier Shelly. This is among my favorite Atelier games, if not my second favorite Atelier game of all time. Great game. It surpassed my expectations a little bit because Previously, I had played other Atelier games, and this was like, it's gonna be the same, the girls, kind of girly, kind of, cheesy. And it is like that, but, the battle system and some of the battle themes surprised the heck out of me. This is a great game. I bought it at Mix Up. Mix Up is a music store here in Mexico. Sealed. That was a long time ago. Yeah, good game here. Great game. One of the best Atelier games in my opinion. And, well, I think it has one of the best battle systems in the entire series. Alright, glad to see you guys here. Thanks for joining. The Arlen Trilogy is a gift from my buddy Corey Matthews. He also sent, I forgot to mention that in the PS2 video, sorry about that, he also sent me a Digital Devil Saga, the big box, the box special edition, and he also sent the Magna Carta special edition, two of the first games that I showed in my PS2 collection video. He also sent this, and back then it wasn't that rare, this version, because it has the 3 games, but nowadays it seems to have gotten way up in price. For no reason, because this is also on the Switch and PS4. But anyway, wait, I don't think it has a physical version, at least not in North America. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, this is one of the most expensive JRPGs on the PlayStation 3. The trilogy with the 3 games. Thanks again, Corey Matthews, for this. I see you guys there. Skycatcher Gaming, Miami Sunrise. Okay, the Dragon Age Inquisition game and the Dragon Age Origins game next up. I love this game, and this is the version that I played and finished, but this is the worst version to play of this game. Do not buy this PS3 version. Buy the PS4 version or go digital on the PC version. The PS3 version sucks balls, full of glitches, frame drop issues. Yeah, but even with all those technical issues, I still enjoy the heck out of this game. I think I paid for like probably $1 for this. I don't know. That was a long time ago. This I also paid like $5. I don't remember. Yeah, this is the Ultimate Edition, which comes with Awakening, the expansion pack. It's a long ass expansion pack. It's like a small mini sequel of Dragon Age Origins. This is not a version that I recommend. Has the same problems as Dragon Age Inquisition. In fact, this is even worse. Wait a minute, I don't think this game is on the PS4. So if you guys want this game and want to collect it, you're stuck with this version or the regular vanilla PS3 360 version. Steam version is the one to go. PC version. This it has a lot of issues, but I still loved it. Dragon Age Origins, one of the very few Western RPGs that I like. Okay, so Disgaea 4, regular Disgaea 4. I don't know, you probably remember, some of you, maybe, just maybe, that I had this small box special edition with a Fuka figurine, small figurine. Fuka is one of the main characters. It's this girl here. And this game, I sold that edition before I came back from Canada. It was one of the very few games that I had to sell because it just wouldn't fit in the suitcase. Anyway, so I had this one back home already. So yeah, Disgaea 4, great game. No story, I just bought it. Another game that I just bought from a store. It was on sale, sealed. If you bought this game sealed, it came with a code. Yeah, came with this merchandise thing. Wow, I'd love to have a t-shirt of Alice Madness Returns. Huge fan of this game. And came with a code so you can download the prequel, which was an exclusive on PC back then. No longer an exclusive because you can play the prequel on the PlayStation 3. The prequel is kind of rough, guys. I recommend playing it out of curiosity, but it's not good. It's clunky controls, not so good gameplay, bad camera. This is much better. This sequel is much better. But you need to play the prequel to understand a few things of the story of this game. Anyway, Alice Madness Returns, excellent game. I think it's my favorite 3D platformer of all time. The Witch and the Hundred Knight. Ooh, I don't want to get demonetized here. Don't look at this. Anyway, it's a reversible cover. This is not the original cover. This is The Witch and the Hundred Knight. And this, it comes with a soundtrack. How nice. How many PS3 games? It's a standard edition, no special edition. How many PS3 games came with a soundtrack back in the day? and it's a complete soundtrack, 21 songs. How cool is that, huh? Let me just show it. Pretty bizarre, twisted, horror-looking art style, even though the game is a joke. Totally a joke in the Disgaea type of humor vein. Yeah. It's just great. I love the fact that he got a soundtrack, and I paid like $10 for it in a pawn shop. You know, it comes with a manual too. Remember when games had manuals? Yeah, you do remember that. Anyway, so The Witch and the Hundred Knight, recommended game, action RPG. It's hard. It's hard to to close the box with the soundtrack inside of it. There we go. All right, mint condition. This was also sealed when I bought it from the pawn shop. Anyway, yeah, The Witch and the Hundred Knight. All right, so first and foremost, most of the games that I've shown so far are kind of cheap. The Agarest games, I'm not sure about The Witch and the Hundred Knight. Dragon Age, those are dirt cheap nowadays. You can still buy them for unreasonably cheap prices. But anyway, well, because we're starting to get to the expensive ones, okay? And this used to be dirt cheap back in the day. I bought it in Canada for like $10, and that was like less than 3 years ago. Nowadays, this has become kind of rare. I think it goes for like $60, yeah. Huge fan of this game. You probably already noticed that because I've covered this game several times last year. Great action RPG by Koei Tecmo, developed by Omega Force. Dude, Omega Force is like the godfathers of hack and slash games. Not godfathers, but they're the best company. The Dynasty Warriors game, Samurai Warriors, etc. Another game that's gone up in price by Atlus, published by Atlus, developed by Aqua Plus. Tears to Terra 2, strategy RPG, also got this in the same store, P-Market Games in Canada, for dirt cheap. Nowadays it probably goes for like, I don't know, look it up and tell me in the chat right now if you want to. Share the knowledge. So this is a great strategy RPG, but it's also a visual novel. You'll be reading a hell of a lot with this game, but it's great, it's phenomenal. This is a great game on the PlayStation 3. Strongly recommend it. Yeah, and that's it. Not sure how much it goes for nowadays. Arno Surge, the Vita version is the holy grail of JRPGs on the Vita. By the way, the PS Vita tier list video coming real soon, finally at long last, on my main channel, Erick Landon RPG. Probably by the time you see this video, maybe the video on my main channel will be uploaded in a few days, just a few days. Arno Surge, Ode to an Unborn Star, the prequel to all the Art on Helico games, strongly recommended. This is one of those slow games, starts a little bit slow and boring and very easy. But then it starts, hooking you up, and it starts getting more challenging. The battle system is very unique. Lots of gameplay mechanics in this game. This is great, phenomenal game on the PS3. Yeah, check it out. The price for this game? Don't ask. Yeah, it's one of those. It's not $100, I think. But I don't know, check it up, look it up in price charting, and you'll probably see the game for like 60, maybe 70 bucks, I don't know. I got it from a store in Canada too. I got a lot of PS3 games in Canada, like this one. I used to own the vanilla version of it, that's dirt cheap. The vanilla version being the first game, White Knight Chronicles 1, but what's the point in having it when the original version updated to full HD? It comes in this game for free. You can download the game for free. And you can just play the game, finish it, and jump straight into the sequel, direct sequel. They play exactly the same, I don't think there's any reason for you to play the second game without playing the first one. It's just you're gonna be spoiled, hardcore. Anyway, White Knight Chronicles 2, great game. I'm not sure how much this version goes for nowadays. It's probably not that expensive yet. Probably 20, 30 maybe? Yeah, reasonable price. Puppeteer is a very unique platformer. This can be played in 2 players, couch co-op, and one player controls this little guy, the puppet, and the other one controls this flying creature that gives you, at the beginning it gives you the tutorials and then it helps you out. It's a very unique game. I've covered this in this channel on my Hidden Gems video, PS3. Puppeteer is one of the rarest JRPGs. One of the rarest games nowadays on the PS3, but still, one of the rarest, and it's not even $100. Maybe? I don't know. But anyway, this is a great game, very unique. Love the art style, love the graphics. This beautiful, beautiful game. Strongly recommended. If you can find it for a decent price, pick it up. It's one of those games because it's a first-party game and it's an exclusive on the PlayStation 3. When I say first-party, it's published by Sony themselves. Oh yeah, those games. Enslaved is still dirt cheap. It kinda went up in price for a little short period of time, but it went down quickly. It's also on the 360. Man, this game, I'd love to see it on the PS4 or 5. But anyway, I'm happy with the PS3 version because it's such a phenomenon. This is a masterpiece. Excellent game published by Namco here in North America. Post-apocalyptic game. I've covered this game several times before. Such an underrated game, actually. It shouldn't be a hidden gem. Enslaved Odyssey to the West. Fantastic game, guys. This is one of the most heavily recommended games in this second channel of mine. Check it out. Dirt cheap, so come on, pick it up. Pick it up if you see it. I picked it up for like $3, I think, at a pawn shop in Canada. And I had another copy, but we'll get to that at the end. Yeah, I have 2 copies of the game. And it has a story. Another dirt cheap game. This went severely down in price because of the remaster on the PS4. Yes, it's no reason to collect this version anymore unless you want to have it. If you see it for dirt cheap like I did, I think I paid like $1 for this version. Western RPG, amazing. This is one of my favorite Western RPGs of all time, along with the Dragon Age Origins games. Great game, quest-driven, and strong story, focus, great character development, customizable character like pretty much almost every single Western RPG, almost, right? Yeah, from the minds of R.A. Salvatore, Todd McFarlane, and Ken Ralston, amazing writers. Anyway, yeah, so go with the PS4 version or the Switch version. It's the remaster, it's the best version to own of this game. No reason to own that anymore. Anyway, so Ni no Kuni, this was another gift from my buddy from Brazil, my fan. He sent this with the Agaris game and 2 more. We'll get to them later. There's a story, when he sent this game, to avoid, paying taxes, he didn't send the box of this game, the case. He just sent the game, the disc, the manual, and the cover art inside another game. And when he first sent the package, I couldn't find it. I was like, man, you only sent the disc. And then he said, no, I sent the whole thing. It's in another game, inside another game. And that gave me the idea when I came back from Canada to get rid of some of the PS3 cases. We'll get to that later. And then put them inside other games. So the customs in Mexico wouldn't notice. I still ended up paying a lot of taxes. But anyway, I paid less taxes, right? Anyway, Ni no Kuni. It's remastered on the Switch, so that version is dirt cheap. You can find it for like $10 or less, I think. Nier went down in price as well. This is my favorite PS3 game of all time. Nier went down in price a lot because of the remake, Nier Replicant on the PS4, Xbox One. So it's been on Amazon for quite some time for like $22, $20, sealed. So yeah, I got this a long time ago, and I think I paid like probably $20, probably less, $15. Nier, I love this game, and I've told this story before, right? Let me tell the story once again, how I found out about the existence of this game. Well, I had the store, remember? The little kiosk in a mall, my retro video game store. And this guy showed up one day and he said, oh, do you have this game? And I said, no, I don't have it. I don't even know it. Oh, can you get it for me? Yeah, sure, but I want it complete in box. Oh, okay. So, I searched everywhere, couldn't find it, and I was like, okay. So one day I went to a pawn shop here in Mexico. That was many years ago. And I found it there. But it had no manual. It was dirt cheap. I paid like $5, I think, for it. And its selling price back then was like $30, so I was going to make a lot of money. So I bought the game, and I was like, and I called the guy, hey, I got the game, but it has no manual. And he said, sorry, but I don't want it. I'm the same way. I don't like games without manuals. But he said, no thanks, right? So I kept the game, and I was like, man, what am I going to do with it? It's a Square Enix game, so hey, let's check it out, just out of curiosity before I put it on the shelf for sale. And I played the game, and it blew my fucking mind. Oh yeah, and I became a huge fan of it. Later, I found this copy, complete in box, and I kept it, got rid of the other one. Yeah, Nier. Masterpiece. Such a masterpiece, man. Another masterpiece, one of the most overrated JRPGs of this generation of modern times, but I fucking love this game. And this is the version that I played on the PS3. Obviously go for the PS4 version, especially the Royal Edition. But this is the vanilla version that I played, and it plays great, looks phenomenal on the PS3. I couldn't believe it blew me away. I was like, man, I thought I was gonna have some frame drop issues, some graphical issues. No, plays great on the PS3. Persona 5. Moving on to Lost Dimension, we're listening to it right now, to a song from this game. Lost Dimension is also on the Vita. Actually, the first version that I played of this game was on the PS Vita. I beat it there, digital, well, not digital, I hacked my Vita and I downloaded the game, the ROM, the ISO, and then I got the PS3 version. What are the differences between this one and the PS Vita version? Barely anything, they were a simultaneous release, exact same game. It looks a little bit better on the PS3, but, you can't go wrong with the PS Vita version either. Unfortunately, both versions, especially the Vita version, has gone up in price. Yikes. Yeah, a lot. Like a lot, over 100. I'm not sure how much this one goes for nowadays. Stick to this version, if you want to. Unless you're a Vita hardcore collector. Star Ocean International, The Last Hope International Edition. This is a game that I own twice. I'll show the other one in a bit. I used to own it on the 360, but I got rid of it. Both versions are still dirt cheap. You can find them for like $10. I found my copies for $10 actually, a long time ago, complete in box. And, well, I think the reason why it's so cheap is because they printed a lot of copies and because it was remastered digitally on the PS4, so maybe that's the reason why. Anyway, Star Ocean. Great game, underrated. Tales of Symphonia Chronicles, the collection with both games, updated graphics, not remastered. These aren't remasters, no, these are just updated graphics, HD upgraded to HD. Yeah, Tales of Symphonia Chronicles. I just bought it, from a store. Tales of Graces, you might be wondering why I have the PAL version. Okay, I used to own the North American version, right? I think I paid I don't remember, probably $15 a long time ago. Lost Dimension on PS3 is $100? Holy macaroni! Oh boy, what have I done? I'm pretty much one of the very few people on the internet that praise that game. It's not my fault, it's published by Atlus. Blame it on them. So, okay, so I got the regular version a long time ago, complete in box, and then when I was in England, 5 years ago, I saw this at a pawn shop for $10, or £10. £10 is like $15. And, it caught my attention not only because the cover was different, but because it also comes with 3 discs with the original soundtrack and a behind a behind the scenes. You know what? Since this is PAL, the game, your PS3 is region free when it comes to video games, not when it comes to DVDs. And this DVD cannot be read on my PlayStation 3. I have no idea what this looks like. I can look up a video in YouTube probably, but this doesn't. My PS3 doesn't read this disc. So now if you buy PAL games, PAL PS3 games, sure, your PlayStation 3 will read them no problem, but not DVDs or Blu-rays. Anyway, so I kept this version, got rid of the other one, and now this is the one that I own. Tales of Exilia 2 also went up in price. It just might not be... The time to collect for the PS3 was a couple of years ago, before the pandemic. Most of these games were dirt freaking cheap. Post COVID-19, most games went up in price, right? I see you there, Red. But so thank you very much, Breath of the Wild. I don't own those games. Time and Eternity, I used to own it and I got rid of it, and it came with a soundtrack, or was it an art book? No, it was a soundtrack, and I got rid of it as soon as I could. Fuck that game. Last Rebellion, I've never owned that game. It was like $10 in Canada, were 15 Canadian dollars, and I never bought it because I knew for a fact it had a terrible reputation. I was like, man, I'm not gonna pay 15 bucks for a game that's bound to be bad. And then later I borrowed the game and I played it, and I was like, it's bad. I'm so glad I didn't pay $15 for it. But Tales of Exilia 2 is a masterpiece, strongly recommended, although this version is also kind of expensive. Like I was saying, I don't think this is a great time to collect for the PS3, but it might still be a good time. You know, there's a difference between great and good, according to me. Come on, half of the PS3 library is still dirt cheap. It's just most JRPGs, survival horror games, shoot 'em ups, you know, those are the games that usually go up in price very quickly, right? So when it comes to JRPGs, I think half of them are very expensive nowadays, but the other half is still dirt cheap. I think the original version of Tales of Exilia, the first one, is still kind of cheap. The regular standard edition, not this limited edition, comes with a soundtrack and some DLC. And an art book. Well, it's not an art book, it's a character book. Just comes with the characters, the expressions, and the profiles, that's it. These guys, this is the very first PlayStation 3 that I ever collected in my life, that I've ever bought for me. When I got my PS3, some guy showed up at my store and he sold me the PS3. My PS3, super slim, you know, the one that opens up, you know, from above. And he sold that PS3 to me alongside a copy of Final Fantasy VII, complete in box, black label, on the PS1, because the PS3 reads PS1 discs. And I bought it, of course, and because I already had the Final Fantasy VII, you know, I sold the copy that he sold me, but I kept the PS3. I bought it, and he was like, man, this is for me. So immediately that very same day, I looked up online for games, and this came up from a seller in the marketplace, and this was like 6-7 years ago, and I messaged the guy, and I said, hey, is this still for sale? He wanted $25 for this. I said, sure. And he turned out he lived like 3 blocks away from where I lived. And I was like, oh sure, let's meet up. So yeah, he stood me up. He didn't show up, the asshole. Yeah, I was 5 minutes late. 5 minutes. And he stood me up, the motherfucker. So I went back home and I wrote him. And I messaged him and I was like, man, what the fuck, man? You know, you stood me up. And he said, no, you know, I waited for 5 minutes. You waited 5 minutes for me? Only 5 minutes? You're an asshole. Can we meet again? Like right now? I'm home. Yeah, sure. So we met. I paid, gave him his money, told him to go fuck himself, and I left. I didn't I didn't say that, but yeah, I was like, here's your money. Yeah, thanks, bye. Asshole. But anyway, masterpiece. That's the story. This is a brand new, well, I opened it up when I showcased my entire fighting games collection in this very same second channel of mine. This is BlazBlue. What's the name? Continuum Shift Extend. These subtitles, man. Continuum Shift Extend. It's one of the better BlazBlue games. I still think Calamity Trigger, the first BlazBlue, is a little bit better, but you know, this is great. Comes with an art book, a soundtrack, and a calendar. You want to see what's inside of it? Go watch that video. I did an unboxing of this special edition. I got this one on Amazon for like $10, probably a little bit more. Yeah, it was probably 15, around that, $14, you know. I'm not sure if it still goes for that price on Amazon US or anywhere else, but in Amazon Mexico this was dirt cheap, so it was a no-brainer, right? Of course I bought it. All right. The next batch of games. The last one. Alright, so let's move on with Tokyo Twilight Ghost Hunters. This is a game that I'm not sure if I like or dislike. I have no idea. It's just very bizarre. I'm about to cover this game once again. I covered this before. I covered this game in a video where Miami Sunrise featured in this very same second channel. It's called Super Obscure Gems. It is a gem because it's just very, very unique. No other game like it. Visual novel with strategy, RPG battle system. Weird reaction making. Instead of decision making, it's a reaction making. But anyway, I'll be covering the Vita version pretty soon in the massive tier list video. This is good. dirt cheap. I think I paid $5 for it, I don't remember, over there in Canada. Dante's Inferno, I think I paid like $1 for it, I don't remember. I got it back with a bunch of games. Well, if I'm not mistaken, I got a batch of games, a bunch of them. It was like 6 or 7 PS3 games. And it was there, this was there, with Dragon Age Inquisition on the PS3 and Persona 5. I think they came from the same guy, and I paid like $25 for all of them, right? He was great. Great guy, you know. But anyway, Dante's Inferno, yeah. Everybody knows that game. I think it's one of my favorite hack and slash games. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I prefer that game over God of War. No disrespect to God of War. Hunted the Demon's Forge Special Edition. This is the PAL version. The Special Edition comes with some DLCs. The Assassin's Pack. And the Demon Pack. This is a good game. I think it's a little bit underrated. Well, okay, maybe not underrated. Maybe more like overhated. A lot of people hated this game, and this has a multiplayer mode, 2-player co-op mode, and it fucking sucks. You know, don't play this with a friend. Play this game by yourself. You know, the multiplayer sucks balls. But online, offline multiplayer, online single, god damn it. Offline single player mode. It's great. Anyway, so yeah, Hunted the Demon's Forge. Hidden Gem, Fairy Fencer F vanilla version. No reason to buy this one. Go for the PS4 or Switch version, which are not sure how much they go for. These should be dirt cheap. If it isn't, fuck it. You know, why would you overpay for this version when you can go for the PS4 Switch version, right? This is a compile hard RPG, one of the best ones, if not the best. Very funny game, great battle mechanics, you know, great game, very... It does have a lot of kinkiness, just not as much as some of the other compile hard games, yeah. Anyway, Akiba Strip, fun, beat 'em up, action RPG, published in North America by XC. This was also on the PS4 and Vita. I think the Vita or the PS4 versions are the ones to go for, but I'm not sure about their price. Yeah, Akiba Strip PS3 vanilla version, this should be dirt cheap, but it's an Exceed game. Yeah. And I bought this one on Canada for like $10, you know. Yeah, I did take advantage of that. When I was in Canada, I was like, man, I gotta take advantage of that. Bought a lot of PS3 games, this one included. This is very expensive nowadays. I think it's over $100. It's a fighting game. Fighting game with the Aqua Plus characters. Aqua Plus, the developers of Tears to Tiara 2 that I just showed. Utawara Rumono, you know, visual novel RPGs on the PS4 and PS Vita. Yeah, great fighting game. Strongly recommended. This is very technical. Not one of those fast-paced, combo-based fighting games. It's a little bit like that, but not really. You know, it's like in the middle. Great game. Another fighting game is Under 19 Birth. This is again the vanilla version. You better playing or buying the PS4 or Switch version, but I'm not sure about the price of those. This is published in North America by Axis Games. This is great, excellent 2D fighting game. It was nominated in the Shame Awards for Best Fighting Game of the Year when it was first released. Huh? Cool, huh? Okay, Dengeki Bonko, Fighting Climax. Masterpiece, another fighting game masterpiece. So it's also on the Vita. This is an excellent fighting game, a crossover between several different animes and games. Most of them exclusive to Japan, but we got, you know, Sword Art Online, Durarara, you know, and Shana and all those anime series. But this is great, even if you're not a fan of any of those series or games. Ooh, masterpiece. And the Persona 4 Arena games, you know. Because Dengeki, I have a story for this. You know, I bought this at GameStop in Canada. Back then it was called EB Games, and it was sealed, but it was in the used section. And the used section was like, you know, buy two, get one for free, right? So I got 2 games, and I got this one. And I was like, okay, so it was there. So yeah, this one's free, right? No, you can't do that, they said. No, because it's sealed. But it was there, you know, in the buy 2, get 1 for free bin. It was right there. It's a PS3 games. You don't even sell PS3 games anymore. New. No, fuck you, go fuck yourself. You know, this is sealed, so we're charging full price for it. Assholes. You know, it was 20 bucks. No big deal. It comes with a soundtrack. And the Persona fighting games, this one I think I both bought them from a local guy, you know, here in Mexico a long time ago. This one comes with them. These used to come. I know it's being remastered on the PS4. This came with a special edition with some tarot cards, you know, the famous cards from the Persona series. This is sealed. I haven't opened it. I don't want to. I'm that guy. I never opened the goodies, you know, that come inside special editions. And it also came with a teddy bear, you know, fucking Teddy, you know, the character from Persona 4. And I don't know the name in English for those kinds of things, you know. Maybe you can tell me right here, right now in the chat. But it didn't come with that. The original version came with that, you know, the brand new release. You know, I just bought it like this with the cards and that's it. And this is crazy expensive, by the way. The regular Persona 4 Arena, I think it's kind of cheap nowadays, but this one, Ultimax, fuck me. I think it's overly expensive nowadays. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Yeah. Great game. Cross Edge is a crossover of several different several different, you know, JRPGs. Comes with characters from Darkstalkers, that's a fighting game. Morrigan is there, the famous popular Morrigan. Characters from Artonelico. And characters from Disgaea and Blazing Souls, Spectral Souls. Great. It's kind of hard to get into. It isn't great. It has some pacing issues. And some, you know, sometimes you go into these 2D areas and they kind of suck, you know. It's just... There's a lot to say about this game. I've covered this before. Be sure to check out one of my videos where I've covered this game. But it's good, although I believe it's kind of expensive nowadays. This is the other Agares game that I was talking about, the first one. But there's a controversy. Well, it's not a controversy, it's just a trivia. So this game is called the North America Record of Agares War, the first one, and it was only released on the Xbox 360. Europe got the PS3 version. They don't have the 360 version, but over there it was renamed as Agares Generations of War. I don't know why they changed the name, probably to avoid a conflict with fans of Record of Lodoss War. That anime got really popular in Europe, and maybe they thought, you know, Ghostlight, the publishers thought, man, people are gonna think that this game is part of Record of Lodoss War. No, it isn't. You know, it's just Record of Agares War. Strategy RPG, great game, one of the longest RPGs ever created. It's brutally long, and yeah, lots of fan service too. Lots of them. Folklore, one of the most sought after PS3 games right now. Ever since COVID-19 started, you know, these went up in price just like Puppeteer and El Shaddai and other games. I don't have El Shaddai. I let it go when I was in Canada. What an idiot. Folklore, yeah, I bought it for like, well, here's the story. I went to this store in Canada and I found it for 40 Canadian dollars. 40, and I was like, ouch. Well, okay, I'll get it. And then 2 blocks away, I went into a pawn shop and they had this game for 20 Canadian dollars plus taxes, so 22. Man, so I bought it twice. So I came back to the previous store and I said to the guy, so can you take it back? Can I have my money back? And he was a little bit angry, but yeah, he gave me my money back, and I felt like shit, but whatever, you know, I got it. That's what's important. That's what matters. Let's move on. Eternal Sonata, masterpiece, one of my favorite RPGs on the PS3. I got this game for like 10 bucks. I don't remember. That was a long time ago. But anyway, Eternal Sonata, yeah, masterpiece, great game. No story. Sorry. Strongly recommended. It's also kind of pricey. The 360 version must be dirt cheap, but this version, I'm not sure how much it goes for. Contrary to this game, this vanilla version of Valkyria Chronicles is still dirt cheap, and it's a masterpiece, and it plays phenomenal on the PS3. This is a must play, get it. If you find it for $5, trust me, that's the best $5 you'll ever spend in your life. I don't even remember how I got my copy. Well, that was a long time ago. This is the PAL copy that I mentioned, Ortonelico Koga. I already have the special edition. But this was here, so I'll probably get rid of this because I'm not the type of guy to collect, the same game twice. But I'm just too lazy to post it online or on the marketplace or whatever, it's just, man. It's there. One day I'll just trade it or sell it, I don't know. But yeah, the PAL version. No difference between the North American version and this, it's just the PAL version, yeah. Catherine is another gift from my friend and fan from Brazil. Yeah, a lot of people are fans of this game. I wasn't, I thought it was, the puzzles just, yeah, it's a fun game. And I get the appeal. I mean, why wouldn't I get the appeal of this game? But, I don't know, I just found it like, okay, maybe I should get back to this game one day and give it a second chance. But, yeah, not the biggest fan of this game. And it's the vanilla version, though I'm not sure how much it goes for because, well, it got this remastered, right, on PS4, I think, whatever, anyway. Deception 4 Blood Ties is I don't even know what to call this game. It's a video game. I mean, what's the genre? A trap game where you set traps? I've covered this game several times, actually. It's also on the PS4. The PS4 version is expensive. This one is dirt cheap. On the PS3, you can't go wrong with this version. Great version still to play and collect. But anyway, so I've covered this game several times. It's good. And I believe, now that I think about it, now that I remember, I'm starting to remember that I got this game from the same guy who sold me my Nier complete in box copy. Yeah. It also came with a third game. I bought 3 games from that guy, $50 for all of them. This one, Nier, I don't remember the other one, but it was a PS3 game. Oh, yeah. Dragon's Crown on the PS3. Currently, it's on the PS4 box, on a PS4 case, don't ask. Yeah, it was these 3 games, Dragon's Crown, Deception 4, and Nier. I paid $50 from the same guy. Yeah. Cool. Dragon's Crown, I also own the PS4 version. But this is the one with the, well, it used to be the only one with the free multiplayer online. Because, you didn't have to pay for the PS Plus bullshit, on the PS4, like the PS4. Playing online on the PS3 was free, but I think they shut down the servers. Drakengard 3, it's also dirt cheap nowadays on Amazon Mexico. I'm not sure if it's still the same price on Amazon US or UK or Canada, wherever the hell you're watching this video from. But I bought this game on Canada in the same store that, with the guy that sold me Folklore. So I returned Folklore, but this was 25 Canadian dollars back then, so I kept this one. I also bought a Fate Extella edition, the Umbral Star. Fate Extella, the Umbral Star special edition on the PS4. That I sold my buddy Breath of the Wild here present. You have that version, from that store, from the same guy who sold me Folklore and Drakengard 3. Anyway, underrated game, Drakengard 3. Soul Calibur 4, I don't even know why I own it. It's probably one of the very few games that I kept from my store, my reseller days. It's okay, not really a fan of Soul Calibur. But I kind of like this game. Maybe because of the fan service. Actually, primarily because of the fan service. The King of Fighters 12. It's a good game. This gets trashed a lot. I think it's a good game. It's just not one of the best King of Fighters games. The action is kind of slow. The sprites are huge. I'm not sure about this game. I like it, but I don't love it. But anyway, yeah, King of Fighters 12. I could have bought the King of Fighters 13 on the same store, but 13 was $50 for whatever reason, and this was $15. So yeah, I got this one, not the other one. I was like, no way I'm paying $50. I mean, what the hell? All right, so here are the last 4 games. Well, 5. They used to have a PS3 case, a Blu-ray case, but I used them for other games that I brought inside other games when I came back from Canada. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of this stream. So this is the Sega Genesis collection. I also own the PS4 Genesis collection, and that's the one to go for nowadays. This is outdated. There's no reason to buy it or keep it. I'll probably get rid of it one of these days. But anyway, this is where this is where I played Shining Force 2 on the Genesis for the very first time. So yeah, good memories. Bladestorm is... what kind of game is this? It's not an action game, but at the same time it is like a real-time strategy. You control a commander and several platoons, where your platoons fight by themselves. I think you can move around with the commander and fight, but it's a very, very strategic game, very convoluted and hard to understand, but it's worth it. This is dirt cheap. It was remastered, or no? No, I think there's only a PS4 version, like a merely re-release. Obviously the PS4 version is the one to go for. Bladestorm, everybody. It's a good game. It's also on the 360. I have no idea why this is here. DMC, the reboot of Devil May Cry, developed by Ninja Theory, the developers of Hellblade and Heavenly Sword. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Devil May Cry at all. I don't think I haven't even played this game. I don't even know why I have it. Probably because it came with, I just kept from my reseller days and it never sold. Anyway, so yeah. And this is, last but not least, my second copy of Star Ocean: The Last Hope International. Completing box, well, completing DVD box. And inside of it is my my PAL enslaved copy with no manual. Damn. Here it is. This is the very first time that I played Enslaved Odyssey to the West. So I got it in Canada for like $5, completing box. So yeah, that's the version I have. We'll probably sell this one too. Oh, so yeah. Anyway, those are my 54 games that I actually don't care for in my collection. Well, there we go. That's my entire PS3 video game collection, everybody. We're done. That's it. The PS3 underrated system. It's not too late. I insist. It's not too late to collect for this system. Although, you saw Miami said, that Lost Dimension is $100. That's fucking crazy, man. Yeah, forget about some of these JRPGs. It's over. You had your time. I told you many times. Many YouTubers told you years ago, the time to collect for the PS3 is right now. Everything is dirt cheap. Not anymore. Half of its library has gone up in price a lot. But the other half is still cheap. And that's the one you should go for, in my opinion. So that's it for this video. Thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for joining. Thank you Breath of the Wild once again for the donations. And I'll see you guys next time on the PS4 collection. Probably next week, next Wednesday at the same hour. And wow, the PS4 video is going to be awesome because I have over 70 games to showcase. It's the console that I have the most games for. Yeah, more than the PlayStation 2. Awesome, right? Anyway, see you guys on the PS4 video. Thanks for watching, everybody.